Now, Stats SA says males make up 83.3% of workers in the transport sector. Independent rail operator Traxtion has taken up the challenge of balancing this statistic. They will be hosting an event aimed at exposing women to career opportunities in rail and road transport. To tell us more, I am joined by Nnoni Mokgethi, who is the Brand Communications and Marketing Manager at Traxtion. So, Nnoni, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. I think before I speak about the actual event, I think for me what's important is letting women know that by speaking about transport, we're not necessarily saying you should be a driver. There's engineering there and other opportunities, right?
Yes, definitely. Hi, myself. Thank you so much for the opportunity. You're quite right. There is so many opportunities that lie in the transport sector, from, like you're saying, bus driving or train driving for that matter in the sense of our business, but also engineering, marketing. You know, you could be a CFO, you could be a CEO of a business in the transport sector. So I think it's just a matter of us trying to change the perspective and the way that people were previously socialized about the transport sector and rail in particular, and hopefully this will yield better results, and we will be able to move the stats from 83.3% to a better statistic looking well in the near future.
What's taken it so long? Why has it tilted so much on the side of males? I mean, 83% might as well be 100.
It is quite staggering, and I think it goes to socialization more than anything. I think we haven't been socialized to understand the inner workings of the transport sector and rail in particular, and I think what we need to do now is to turn it around and say, let's get more women into rail, and that's why we find ourselves here. And I think also because, you know, the rail has not been very prominent in the South African context, but currently it is quite a big agenda that we need to actually drive more numbers and more people, more EE numbers onto the rail sector. So yeah, it has taken long, but I think it's rather now rather than later that we need to fix this.
And, you know, Sis Nnoni, when we talk about rail in South Africa, for instance, at some point, you know, our parastatals, we've left them to a point of disarray, and this industry has suffered quite a bit in the last decade or more, and it seems to be getting worse. The infrastructure is also just suffering. In terms of that, what role can women play, you know, besides government being needed to also, you know, form or give the platform for women to play their role in that particular sector? What role can women play?
Yeah, I think it's quite an exciting time for the rail sector at the moment because third-party access, it's quite a big agenda for the rail sector at the moment, meaning we are, you know, the sector is opening itself up for new players and new people, new entrants into the market. So it is quite an exciting time for the rail sector at the moment. But where women are concerned is there will be a surge as soon as this third party is realized, for more players, for more women, or more people to enter the sector for that matter. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that when that time arrives, we have the right women to take up the key roles in the rail sector. I mean, we've been fortunate enough to have an organization like TITA, who's the Transport Education and Development. You know, they do skills development in the sector. And they have been gearing up more women with a program that they've designed to be able to actually bring in more women into the sector. But also on our side, as Traxtion, what we have done is we have an apprenticeship program and a training center that is able to make sure that we are able to hone the skills of women, especially young women, to be able to make sure that when succession happens or when retirement of the old comes in and the new needs to come in, we are ready to gear up and take up the opportunities. So our training center is doing quite a bit. I mean, we've qualified one of our first, engineers, artisans from our rail school, and that was quite an exciting thing for the business, and more people more women are actually geared up to actually qualify in the next few months. And while we are also concurrently running programs where, train drivers are concerned and management and leadership is concerned. And I've been fortunate enough to be one of the people that have been positioned for those opportunities.
All right, Nnoni, I'm going to ask you very quickly just to give us the logistics around the event, because obviously this is something that is going to also help women see the industry as attractive.
Yes. So this is a baby that I've been very passionate about for a while. I've been very fortunate to be in the transport or rail sector for about almost 13 years now. So I've seen the disparities. So I have decided, or with the organization, we've also taken it up to say we need to turn it around. So we are hosting an event on the 24th of August, and the theme of the event is saying the future of rail is female, because we believe that the future of rail is women, and we need to make sure that we get the women right. So we have invited schools in and around our area in Roslyn, where the rail services hub is, where we do all our refurbishments of locomotives, etc. And what we've done is we've called the community to say, bring in your young girls who are in grade 9 about to make decisions about grade 10 and the subjects that they'll be taking on. So we're trying to catch them at a very young age. So it will be on the 24th of August. It will be in Roslyn. And yes, we will be welcoming young women. And hopefully by the time they leave the event, they will take back the message to their other people to say there is these opportunities that actually exist within the rail sector and in Traxtion for that matter.
Thank you so much for speaking to us here on eNCA. That was Nnoni Mokgethi. She's the Brand Communications and Marketing Manager at Traxtion.